let me bring up what I wanted to bring up, which is what we've been talking about, the whether or not Batman actually eats eats pussy. So yeah, so why don't we talk about Batman again? Why don't we talk about Batman and the love of going down? Now I got to be careful with how much of this I show, simply because of the way that how YouTube is these days, especially after last night getting the stream shut down for watching a trailer. But Zack here a couple hours ago tweeted out canon, and it's just Batman. You know what? And Batman's loving Wonder Woman. It's just loving Wonder Woman. He's just showing her he's learned a lot living in a cave. He knows how to spelunk. He knows how to go cave diving. Anyway, so I was like, I'm gonna have fun talking about this tonight, where I had my old thumbnail up. But this is, look, it's at 16,900 quote tweets, right? 16,900 quote tweets. And some people are like really unhappy with this. I'm not lying. They're like really, really unhappy. And it's kind of funny to me because it's just so ridiculously stupid. Now this guy here is all for it, right? Phantom, can we restore the Snyderverse? 100%. Apparently, what did Affleck like that tweet? I have no idea. Look here. This person says, everybody counts or nobody counts. Says, after this, I think mainstream TV/film producing high-class pornography should reduce sex scenes. Stop calling it entertainment. It's soft porn. You know it, and the audience knows it. It's becoming more like real pornography. Zack Snyder taught me that. Jesus Christ. Working on Villainverse Chapter 5 says, okay, now draw him eating ass. Justin Wang here says, let's fucking go. I know Justin, he's a cool dude. Most people here are pretty down for it, right? Jose Gonzalez here tags Matt Reeves. Especially if you've heard anything about those rumors coming out of the Batman, where Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz had sex in the Batmobile, and like apparently Zoe got pregnant. I mean, it's a doomcock rumor that came out of 4chan, by the way. Crexel here says, I've never been so offended by something I agree with. PFT commentator says, I'm not an expert on female anatomy, but usually women prefer it when they aren't still wearing pants. Yeah, but the thing is here, okay, this is zipped. All right, it's a zipping thing. I mean, I'm gonna obviously guess here that PFT commentator, always part of Barstool. Yeah, Barstool Sports. Those guys, they don't know anything about this. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Chad Snyder. That's pretty funny. That's pretty good. I mean, like there's one person in particular, Zack Snyder screaming Batman eats pussy on the timeline. I love this, right? I love this. Zack must have had this thing commissioned by someone. Maybe Jim Lee. I don't know. I'm Jay Oliva here says, I can attest this happened in my version too. That's great. That's great. Robbie Smokers, is this a wet market? Oh, dude. I mean, look, you got a bunch of blue check marks here saying in Snyder we trust. People really get a kick out of this one here. This guy, look at this one. Look, this is his entire timeline this morning. Hey man, it could be worse. It could absolutely be worse. Some people though did not care for this one, right? And there's one person in particular that I wanted to bring up. They found out here. This isn't just a retweet. Apparently, this is an original image that Tinai was not able to determine. So Zack Snyder here had this image drawn. There we go. But I've also seen some people out there say, like, people who didn't like Zack Snyder that are now on board with Zack Snyder because he is pro cunnilingus. And I've seen some people also attack him by saying, oh, but like he has a wife and kids. Well, you know what? There's an interview I read with Deborah Snyder recently where she was talking about how she came to visit, I think it was like the editing bay of Dawn of the Dead when she was still dating Zack. And there was talks about removing a scene of a zombie, a female zombie that had her breasts out. And Deborah, who wasn't producing that movie, was like, no, keep him in. Keep them in. You know, she's like, no, she was totally for zombie titties. I'm pretty sure in the opening of Army of the Dead, when you have the zombie showgirls, and I mean, she was probably, oh yeah, no, that looks great. You know, like she was probably all for it. So, I mean, you can tell that it's like a lot of that kind of, you know, sexuality stuff is going to also be there with his partner, with his wife. So yeah, fuck it, dude. It's canon. But the one person that I saw tonight that really ticked me off is in Resident Justice made a great point about, you know, I saw it through him earlier. I wish I could find the tweet again. And it was a trans porn star who was criticizing this as activism, right? Criticizing this as activism or a lack thereof. And let's see if I can find it real quick here. Oh, Ricky Berwick. I know Ricky too. Yeah, Ricky's a great guy. You know, it's I'm trying to find it. She went off on this. She went Alpha Megasin. I know him too. A lot of these people I know. I've gone drinking with a few of them. You know, I mean, look, Eric Davis from Rotten Tomato Fandango is like, he's all for it. You know, everyone's all for this, man. No one is having an issue with this. There's Chris Von Swenson, right? I love this one right here, pulling out the lightsaber, Batman with the lightsaber. But this one woman, like, just got real butthurt over it. And everyone kind of tore to crap. Because all things considered, it's a ridiculous take. And it's a person who knows nothing about Zack Snyder, who knows nothing about the type of content that he makes and his positions on anything. And that is one of the bigger problems with, I think, the media's narrative of Zack overall. And it also goes to show you that, look, pussy eating doesn't get as much representation as it should. And we talked about this the other night with the MPAA giving films that showcase female orgasm as being R-rated. So, you know, and Yanis here said, great point. I just don't care where Batman dips his wick. I'm more concerned about my sex life, dude. 100%. Right? 100%. So, you know, here's the thing. And then I Green, You Green says here, we want woman's opinion, but nobody asks Catwoman if she's having fun. You know, I mean, like, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna say, if you look at the eyes, they're rolling up in the back of her head. She's having fun, sir. She's having a good time. So there's definitely an interesting side to all of that, but I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I think it needs to be in there. Rodney Pino here, $5 says Zack Snyder's Justice League, the director's cut, I bet includes this scene. Well, we never got a Catwoman in Zack Snyder's the Snyderverse. But Carlo Gugino was like supposedly who he wanted to play Selena Kyle. So imagine Ben Affleck going down there on her. And I think Dave Pena today was retweeting a couple little pieces of that. And then let's see here. Simon says $5. How can Batman be the world's greatest detective if he can sniff and whiff out probable cause? I don't know what you're trying to say there. How can Batman be the world's greatest detective if he can sniff and whiff out probable cause? I don't know. What's the probable cause here, man? Now, Casual here makes an interesting point. Said that's because of stuff like this that Zack doesn't get to play with the DC IPs anymore. Now, Zack is having fun with this, obviously. He commissioned it. I'm just going to screw it past the screen. This is going to get me so freaking demonetized. But no, that's not the reason why. Warner's doesn't get it, dude. Like, these characters, man, these characters beat up people. They kill people. They act outside of the law, but and we're all for it. We're all for like the ultra mega violence on this shit. But God forbid somebody eats a little bit of pussy. God forbid, folks. Fourth here says, Batman's eating technique was learned from the League of Shadows. Let's see here. I don't know. I think Zack might have drawn this himself. If that's the case, which, you know what, if that's the case, then God bless him. God bless him for sticking the landing and literally breaking parts of Twitter. Cause like I said at the beginning of the episode, folks, like this has been like the national conversation of geeky shit. has been whether or not Batman likes to perform oral sex. Warner Brothers says no, because we can't sell toys. Literally everybody else is like, no, he totally does. And no one cares. And it just makes Warner Brothers look stupider. And all things considered at this point in time, I didn't think that was possible. But then again, this is the internet, and anything that can happen probably will happen.